Let me show you how to clean up the edges on this chunky glitter stapler, and then I'll show you how I clean out all the loose glitter from the inside. Hi, my name's Megan, and I've been glittering office supplies since 2015 when I opened my Etsy shop. Since then, I've literally glittered pretty much anything you can think of, but as always, if there's something in particular you want to see me glitter, go ahead and leave a comment. Okay, so I did like a chunky glitter gold ombre on this stapler, and I feel like it's absolutely gorgeous. I applied the glitter with glossy Mod Podge, and then I waited for that to dry overnight before I put a preliminary seal of glossy Mod Podge all over the top of the glitter. You absolutely can leave it just like this if you want, because the glossy Mod Podge does lock it in place. However, I do prefer a UV resin seal because it makes it so much more glossier and smooth. You don't feel the texture of the glitter. But before you do that, you really need to make sure that you are prepping this properly before the UV resin, or you're gonna have to do a lot of sanding, and nobody likes sanding. So I do like to take my cutting tool around the edges of the stapler because the chunky glitter is large, right? So it's gonna make those edges rough. It's way easier to cut it off than to have to sand it off later once the UV resin is on top. I then like to take a dry paintbrush to brush away any excess that I can before I go in with this cordless electric duster. This thing works wonders, y'all. Once I blow out all that loose glitter, I do take a baby wipe if there's any areas on like the metal part or the bottom of the stapler that I still need to clean up.